Good morning. This is Cail. Thanks for being here. I am streaming out in the sunroom today. I'm going to be working on the witch's study room, and I'm actually doing a test and doing a dual stream with YouTube and Twitch. So I have both chats set up over on the right, so we'll see if that works. So I might do like a little test in a little bit to see if they show up, if they're both working or whatever, because I have no idea. So let's go ahead and I'll get the Spotify going. Little chill tunes in the background. So it's a sunny day here in Texas, and that's why I figured I'd go ahead and do some work on the witch's study room. So I just finished the section over to the right, and I'm going to work on this little section here. In the center of the picture, there's a typewriter. So I'm going to do that. Scoot those over. So I have no idea if this dual streaming stuff is going to work. I don't know. It may just crash and burn. Who knows? It's all, newbie stuff to me for the most part, but I don't see any drop frames. And I'm using XSplit. I think that's what they call it. It's an XSplit, CrossSplit, whatever. I was using OBS, but for some reason I was having problems with OBS, like keeping my scene set up correctly. At least in XSplit, you can save the presentation. It'll save all your sources and all your settings and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this little strip of black right here. So this is the canvas that wax that I said the glue, the poured glue, because this is a poured glue canvas. So I mentioned that this one, the drills seem to kind of float around. I don't know, you probably won't see it, but there's like this little gapping that's going on no matter how close I push these darn drills next to each other. So I'm not really sure why that's happening, because I'm lining them up in the right spot, and for some reason they just keep like shifting around. It's kind of irritating. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna go over. Let's go on my phone. Let's test this chat widget. So my dogs are sleeping. I have no idea if they will behave. Let's see here. Let's go home. This is live. Videos.
I prefer.
No. Stop. Get back. Let's go to my channels. I don't know anything about this, so let's go. Okay, now I see it. So how would I go ahead and... Okay, I see. Let's pause that, and I'm going to put hello. It's so fun learning all this. Okay, that one showed up, so the Twitch one's working. So let's go over to the YouTube. I have to switch from my personal to my Celestial Realms account. I'm still here. Okay, so it says live. I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to mute me, and then I'm going to type in the YouTube chat, hello. If I can spell hello. I'm a terrible typist on my... Okay, I don't see that one, so... Let me see, I'm going to go over here and go to the stream chat viewer. Go to settings. It says it's authorized. I need to move it up. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't see it down here. Let's look at the settings one more time. Unclick it and then click it. I don't know. It should be like down here below the Twitch one. I don't know. I mean, do I really like know what I'm doing? Okay, so yesterday it wanted to work, but today it doesn't want to work. I don't know why. You know, this is so frustrating. I'll just leave it there. If it starts popping up, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay. So I did that little bit of black, and then we've got 841. I wasn't doing a lot of multi-placing on this because of that issue that I'm having with the drills not wanting to cooperate. I don't know why that's happening. So see, like even here, like you can see, it's supposed to be like over a little bit. And I mean, I can like literally place it right in the middle. So let's see what happens. And I've gone back and used that straightening tool to try and straighten everything out, but for some reason it just doesn't want to cooperate. And this is the only canvas I've had that problem with. I don't know why. See, you just put it down and they just shift. It's so frustrating. But I like the image. I already started it. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish it up. And hopefully, once I get it cleaned up and sealed and framed and hung on the wall, it's like a gap. Oh, I hate that gap. Like killing my OCD. So I don't know. We'll just have to see how that works out. Okay, so that's the. So I've got more of this down arrow over here, and I'm so hesitant to go ahead and do that section because I don't know if these drills are going to line up. But I'm going to go ahead and we'll do a test and see how it works. I mean, I'm willing to give it a test. Doesn't have to be super perfect, but I do like there not to be too much of a gap between the diamonds. They're squares, for God's sake. They're supposed to butt up against each other. You see, that looks okay, and then I got like a little bit right here. So I haven't streamed out here in the sunroom for a bit because it's been scorching hot here in Texas. We're not into fall weather yet. Like, are we ever going to get into autumn? I think today it's supposed to be like 94, 92. I don't know. Something still warm, still summery. And I want to put all my fall stuff out. I've got like little pumpkins. We got a bale of hay at Michael's to put out in the front yard. And some other little decorations we have, because I try and do like seasonal stuff out in the front yard. I don't really worry so much seasonally out in the backyard. We don't actually get to hang out there as much as I would like because of the weather. I had some more up here, but let's just do my test first. So maybe what I'll do is I'll fill in like right here. Let's see if it meets up with these here without this gapping going on. No matter what I try, like I mean, I can just push them and I can see them just shift back. So it is what it is. Okay, now we're gonna do 452, It's kind of really full. Just try not to make a mess. So I'm right-handed. Sometimes trying to get these in there straight, crazy. Okay, so here's another test I can do. I do have a multi-placer here. I've got, this one is when the AC went on, which is not in here, it's in the other room, but we'll see if it picks up or not. It's a 7, and this is a 4. So, some wax. I took the old wax out. Let's see how this will work. Shove that in there. And then what I'm going to do, grab my scissors, and it's just sort of work. I need to file it down. It's getting rough. That's the only thing I don't like about the plastic drill placers. They start getting kind of rough on the edges. I won't use the second one right now. So let's see here. Let's see how well this is going to work. I'm not the best multi-placer, but let's give it a whirl. Awful job. Scoot over, get in there. So see, these two right here, why is this gap right there? That wasn't there. Oh Lord, driving me crazy. Let's try 4 more. So it sort of semi-works, I guess. But they're still not like right up against each other. Like right there. But that's alright. Okay. I'm not going to obsess about it because I will drive myself crazy. I will drive you all crazy. See if I can multi-place on some of these other E's that are here without screwing up. You don't move. Oh gosh, you move so much. It must be just the way that the glue is on this particular canvas, or I'm like a really bad multi-placer, or it just gets both. Maybe it's both. So I said yesterday when I did my stream that I was gonna work some more on, well first I said I was gonna do a game stream, and I was like way too tired. I get tired easy. I've noticed that as I've gotten older, I get tired more easily. It kind of sucks. So I didn't do that. And then I said I was going to work some more on bubble flower. But I figured since the weather was nice, let's see how I can work this out. The weather was nice. It's nice and sunny here. I just come back in the sunroom. So I dragged my laptop back here. I'm streaming on my laptop. See this little gap? Oh, you probably can't see it, but I can see it. Anyhow, yeah, so I figured, well, let me just drag my laptop and the mouse pad and all the cables and come out here and see how streaming works out here since I haven't done it for a while. When we added this part, the sunroom, to the house, we didn't put air conditioning or heat back here, which I kind of think, I forget why we didn't do it. I forget. My husband probably had some reason, like I'll do it myself or I'll do it later or whatever. But I think that we should have done it like when we added the room to the house. Because where this room is here is actually what used to be the back patio. So there's a window, and we took that window out, and we just took the wall out, and we just added this room here. And then to the side over that way is where my husband's shop is. So he had a new shop built where he can work on his car and so on and so forth. So that didn't turn out too bad. But normally, let's just see, I'm not out here too much in the winter because it's cold, although I did buy a little space heater. Because I've got a TV out here. I also have my PS5 out here in case I want to do some gaming out here. Just put that one away. And what's next? We can do these number 9s. And then in the summer, it's just dreadfully hot and there's no AC back here. So I can come out here maybe in the mornings and put this one there. Get a little tray. Put a few of these out. I don't think there's any over there. Anyhow, in the winter, it can get pretty chilly out here. I put a carpet down on the floor. This is just sitting on a slab. I bring my little space heater. And I can sit out here and watch TV, diamond paint. Although what I'll probably do next time I choose a project to diamond paint on back here, I'll probably choose a smaller canvas. This little table that I'm working on, it's pretty small. Maybe eventually we'll get around to connecting one of the ducts from the kitchen, which is the next nearest room, and put some AC and heat back here for me, because he doesn't hang out here. This is like my space. I told him when we were doing the expansion to the house, I was like, if you're going to put a shop back there just for your car, like, you know, I want a sunroom so I can look outside the windows. Let me put some big windows in. That's number 9. Put some big windows in so I can look at the pond, because my husband built a pond in the back. It's not super big. It's maybe like 9 by 5. It's big enough. He's crazy. He dug the thing by hand. And we put some. Let's change position here. Shift the table. I've got the puppy behind me on the chair, so I'm sitting on the edge of the chair, and she's like behind me. I'm like, oh my god, move. This is the dog. There's not that many of those. So the next one's going to be P. The little holder that has my diamonds in it is kind of behind me, so I'm kind of reaching back. I've got them, I can show you. I bought this little container. It's got all of them in here, like that. But it's behind me, so it's out of the way. I just reach back there and get what I need. This line right here just, oh, it's crazy. Anyhow, so, yeah, I told my husband, if you're going to build a shop, I want my son. So I usually I rotate my time between my studio, which is where my desktop is, and the sunroom when the weather's nice and it's not too bad. Let's attempt these right here. and the living room. So in the living room we have a entertainment unit that has one of those fake fireplaces in it, but that can become a heater. So it's real nice in the winter or on fall cloudy days to hang out there and enjoy that. And then when I come back here, just usually I have the fans on just for airflow, since I have a ceiling fan. I'll turn that on, turn the TV on. I've got a small little fountain, small little tabletop fountain. It looks like metallic blue flowers that I got off Amazon. I try and add, and I got like some candles, and I try and like get the vibe just nice and pleasant and chill back here. And then I've got a fountain in my office as well. Okay, there's some up here, but I'm not going to do that right now. Something down here. Okay, they're flying around. Wonder how long it's going to take before the dogs decide they're going to go bark outside the front window. So I'll have to be quick on the mute button and tell them to knock it off. Okay, so here I've got the line, which is 3861. I hope the camera's doing okay as far as like focus and all that. I'm still getting no drop frame, so that's cool. It's back here, it's on an extender for the router. Router's in the living room. I'm gonna try and do this multi-placing. Trust it that much. Let's see. Oh gosh. There's a gap there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I first started diamond painting, I didn't really know about multi-placing. So once I found out about it, I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Let me give it a whirl. And it took me quite a bit of time to kind of get the hang of it. And I went and I looked up some YouTube videos from more experienced diamond painters, and they're like, yeah, do this, do this, do this. So I've been trying to incorporate that into my diamond painting. But this particular canvas is just so finicky with the placement of the diamonds that I've just been hesitant to do a whole lot of multi-placing on it. I don't know if that's crazy or not, but so I had I did Artemide and the Love Bunny, another kit from Diamond Art Club, and I believe it's the same size as this one here, and I didn't have any of those issues as far as the drills shifting around or gapping or anything like that. And I notice it tends to happen with some of these like lighter colors, so I don't know what's going on there. I mean, maybe it's just user error. There's this trash in here. Okay. Let's do these here. A little crooked, but it'll do. I see one of the dogs moving around. Don't get any ideas. So I ordered a new diamond painting pen. I'm expecting it today. I ordered it off of Etsy. Okay, so this is the line. I still have some here. So see, when I place this down, I can see a gap. But the thing is if you start shifting them too much, then you offset them the other direction. So I don't like it. Just ugh. If I keep shoving everything to the right, they're going to be offset further down here so much. It's just not going to look right. It's going to be like half the square will be missing the diamond because they're so shoved over. Okay, so that's mine. I got a couple here. Let's see. We got some here, but right now I'm just working down here, so I'll put these away. Let me check my phone. I have no idea. So let me see something. So where do I go? I don't know. I'm such a boomer. It's like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm looking at my phone like, what's going on? How do you go to... I don't know. Can you find out? I don't know. I have no idea. Let's go down here. Okay. I won't worry about it. So let's see, what do I want to do next? So we've got this one here, which is 898. It's brown. There are a lot of browns in this one, but that's not like necessarily my favorite color or anything, but it's pretty. My husband's bathroom is brown. He's a brown person. I told him I can't have my house brown. So let's see, am I going to try multi-placing? Sure. Let's scoot those down a little bit. I think I'll still go with the 4. I was thinking about doing the 7, but let's just go with the 4 for now. So this spring, my husband and I decided to rip out all the grass in the front yard and put in a bunch of mostly desert plants, cactus and so forth. Some chase trees and oleander. We put a small little windmill, and I bought a fountain. Looks kind of like stone. There's that gap right there. Stop it. So so I've got this tool, which is supposed to, whatever, space these, but I don't really like it. That's okay. But I just don't understand why these are off. So, oh well. I just won't worry about it for right now. Okay, so this was the little squiggly line, 898, and I've got some there. So the only thing about single placing an entire project is just going to take you longer. And I have so many projects that I'm working on at one time, I'm just like, I've got to speed this up a little bit. So I am, just kind of like, okay, freak it out, just go ahead and multi-place as much as I can, as best I can. And try and make it look decent up here. So since I don't have a desk out in the sunroom, you should see my little setup here. It's ridiculous. So let's put this down a little bit. So I've got this little like a TV tray table, and this little table, a little end table, because there's a sofa that way. So part of the canvas is laying on that side table where I have my lamp, and then over to my right is a stool, and that's what the laptop is sitting on. So yeah, that's a little crazy. Just up there, but that's all right. I'm not going to do too long a stream today, really. I just want to test this dual streaming thingamabob. Okay, so I did the download, which I don't need right now. So that's going to be nice. I got Y. Y is this kind of greenish, light green. And P, and then the black is over here, because there's quite a bit of black. So let's do P. So sometimes, since there's quite a few colors, maybe like in one area, I'll have like 4 or 5 of these hanging around with different colors in them. Okay, let's see. I'm being bold and doing like multi-placing. I really want to finish this one up and then get on to Bittersweet and finish that one and get back to Magic Potion and Bubble Flower and Aquarius. I swear I must be insane having all these diamond painting projects going on at one time. So let's see here. I don't know if anybody's even watching on YouTube. I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh, there's lots of channels and people doing their own streams and stuff. So it's not good to worry about what other people are doing, as in most things in life. See, this is P. Do I have any up here? I'm kind of doing like this little area here before I move up that way. Probably later on this afternoon. I still have to get around to playing my game, but since I haven't been feeling too well because of my allergies, I haven't much felt like gaming. You do have to concentrate. I mean, not that you have to concentrate major on Fae Farm, which is what I'm playing in Animal Crossing New Horizons. But you do have to do some thinking. What's this on here? Junk. There's not a lot of Y. I'll do some black. Just my little multi-placer. I feel a puppy moving on me. Where is she going? What does she want to do? Rosie? What are you doing, little baby? She doesn't bark very much. That's the nice thing. This gap. Stop. Okay, so do we have Y up here? No. Oh, geez, Louise. Can I see that I did that? I believe that I did that. That's what happens when you're old. You know, the other thing I noticed as I've gotten older, tweezers. I noticed that I'm losing my balance sometimes. Like I get like vertigo or something. I almost fell in the bathtub in the shower. And I was like, oh my God. And I did, I was carrying it was a shop vacuum out into the garage. I literally tripped over a cord that I had stepped over. I didn't mean to even touch it, but for some reason I did, and I just went down. I did the same thing outside. Do you want to get down? Okay, go. You can get down, little dog. I'll leave the tweezers out here in case I do another little boomer moment. Alright, let's see. So I've got the... I missed some. I didn't even see them. Okay, hold on. There's one there. There's one there. There's one there. Right. I can't do this one. Goodness gracious. You know, it's like kind of like when you're carrying something and you just drop it, trip over something, going down the stairs, you miss a step. It's like, what's the issue? Okay, so next I'll need L. That's gonna be this one. So let's go ahead and do some of this black. Oh, geez. See, I'm just not very good at multi-placing. I'm just not. Just accept it. You're just not very good at it. It's okay. Sometimes I think I just try too hard. I don't know. Push too hard. It's all a learning process. I mean, I'm no expert. Let's see, I wonder if I've been doing this for a year. I'll have to go back and check. I don't know if it's been a year yet. So mostly my other hobbies was crochet, the adult coloring books, a little bit of painting here and there. I'm not a great artist, but I don't mind doing a little bit of painting here and there. And but mostly I was crocheting, and then of course I'd given up my cross stitch for a while. So once I forget, I had seen diamond painting like an ad or something somewhere, maybe on Google, and I thought, well, that kind of looks okay, but I think the picture for the kit was kind of cheesy. It wasn't like a nice kit, and so I just kind of said, I just passed it by. I hear a little puppy coming back towards me, and she's licking my foot. Okay, what are you doing? Don't do that. You're a nutcase. What do you want? You want to come back up here? No? Yes? No? Okay, whatever. I see some more of those over here. They went everywhere. And then I forget how I found it again. Maybe I saw a video on YouTube, like a picture of a video, like the thumbnail. And I was like, that's a really pretty picture. And I think I liked the picture. So I was like, oh, you can do diamond painting on something like that pretty. I forget what that other cheesy one looked like. But anyways, so I went and I watched the video. I was like, I can do that. And I got those couple of cheapy little kits off of Amazon. Try my hand at it, and I just fell right in love with it. Just cooperate with me. 4 little diamonds. I'm attempting this multi-placing. I'm getting brave. Not really. Maybe it's foolhardy. Let's see this puppy. Let me pick her up. Whoop. Do a call. Say hi. Cut her nails. Okay, lie down back there. Stay out of trouble. Actually, the dogs are all very good. They do stay out of trouble. So anyways, back to the, I got sidetracked. I was talking about landscaping. Okay, so we did the front in desert. And pulled out all the grass. And we put, between the cactus plants, we put, I think they call it crushed gravel. Kind of like a reddish brown, tannish color. It looks real nice, and all of those cactus are of course heat tolerant, drought tolerant, and should be able to handle the summer for the most part. And they did pretty good. We lost, I think they're like ice plants. I don't know what my husband called them, like ice plants, something like that. We lost a couple of those. For some reason they just up and died. My husband put a delphinium up there, and that thing, it just burnt and died. It couldn't deal with it. And then we had some hydrangeas, and I thought, I mean, I knew that they were mostly shade, you know, a little bit of sun, whatever, not full sun. And I thought that I had enough shade along the front side of the house that they would be okay, but that was a no-go. So before they totally croaked over, I had my husband dig them out of the ground. They weren't very big. I had him dig them out of the ground, and I put them in pots in the backyard in the shade. So they're starting to come back, starting to recuperate from the torture that I put them through inadvertently. And we'll see where I can put them, maybe back here in the backyard when spring rolls around. I think I'll leave them in the pots for the winter. That way, if I need to drag them into the back shop, if it gets like super cold, which it gets super cold here sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. Then I can just drag them in there and protect them. And then next spring, I'll put them back in the ground somewhere back here. Now, the backyard used to be just grass, and there was a tall Mexican catalpa tree, that's Mexican cigar tree, back there, and all it did was drop its big leaves and its little like long cigar looking things, seed pods, and it was kind of messy. It didn't provide very much shade. And I was kind of getting worried, well, we both were, that it would just fall on the house. So we cut that down. Then we have I think it's a live oak. Maybe it's a ficus. I don't know. It's another tree back there, and that provides shade, somewhat. So what we did was, once we put the sunroom and the shop onto the back of the house, because it's on the back side of the house, my husband dug the pond, and then he put the koi in it. And the koi are really, they're huge. They're like that one, I think it's almost like 10 pounds. It's gigantic fish. But they're really pretty, and he takes care of them. That's one of his little hobbies. And then we realized, because even though the pond's semi under the tree, that they were going to be in the sun a lot. So we decided that we would put a pergola over the pond. So we did that. So I helped him with that. He cut the wood, and he put the posts in, and I painted all the wood. So it's just like a dark brown. So that gave the fish some more shade. And then around the sunroom, and so out of his garage, he's got a roll-up door in the back of his back shop. And we put a driveway there leading out the back, because behind our house is an alley. So that leads to the alley. And then outside the sunroom, there's a door that goes to the backyard. And there's a patio. Like, we laid some concrete down. And then we laid some flagstone between the concrete and the pond. Kind of decorative. Make it look nice. Because it was really plain. When I moved in here, after I met my husband, we dated for a while. I moved in here fairly quickly. I mean, we were like this, like, early on. I'll have to tell that story, how we met. It's funny. What are you doing? Behave. Let's see, I need the down arrow. Where's the down arrow? Little dog. So, we did the landscaping, we put new fencing, we replaced the old fencing that's back there with new fencing. My husband did all the work. I mean, he used to build houses out in Cail before he moved out here. He's very good at what he does. So I'm really lucky in that, because he can do all of that. Saves us a lot of money, like on labor. Okay, there's one here all by its lonesome. That is $7.83. I keep kicking the stool. Why? Let me just get one out here. So we put some honeysuckle on the fence between us and the neighbor. Are there any more of these? Let me look. Yeah, it's up here. I'll come back to that one, but I'll leave it out. And then I planted some rose bushes. I did some climbing roses. I got some over here. And just regular roses. I think they're knockout roses. Some more cactus, some grasses for more of this full sun part of the yard. And most of the yard is in full sun. When we put when my mom passed away, we brought her bird bath over. I got the bird bath going. You know, we have a covered area. We had the balcony was not covered, so you would just go out there and, I mean, if it was raining, you would just open the door and you just get soaked. We got one over here, in case I need it again. So we got N and this little triangle. So my husband put a kind of clear roof over the patio area, so if the sun still comes through, but it's not mega torturous, and you can sit back there. Put some furniture back there, you can sit down and chill out. So in the fall, when the weather's nice, we'll bring his little TV out and we'll watch football out there, grill, just sit and chill and enjoy the atmosphere in the pond and all that, the fish, and the dogs enjoy it. Okay, so that was the big N, and then there's a little N here. And this is a little triangle, and then that little mark is and I think I'm done with the N, the big N. So here's another one. Lord. Like diamonds all over my house, all over the floor. Oh, that one went flying. Why'd you go flying out? Don't know. Like that, they just go flying around. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll do those little. There's some over here too. The little puppy's kind of wriggling around back there behind me. Maybe she'll go back to sleep. Lily, Lily, don't get any ideas. Stay there. Lily is the one so my chihuahuas, Lily is the one who's the protector of the house. She's the guardian. I don't know what she thinks she's going to do because she's little. I mean, she's like, 10 pounds. Like, what's she going to do? Well, she might be more, maybe like 12. Because she refuses to run around and play, except for maybe like once every other day. She's the lazy one. So she'd rather just sit and look out the window and bark at every single thing that goes by the house. Mailman is a dire enemy. UPS is dire enemy. Amazon delivery is dire enemy. People walking their dogs. Everybody's just like, I'm like, oh my god, please stop barking. Evie doesn't do it as much. She's more interested in playing and chewing on hooves and bones and stuff. So, my little spare drill over there. Okay, what about? So now we got this little triangle, which I'm probably going to have to refill this pretty soon. I got them here, here, a little bit up there. So the part I'm working on is right next to the typewriter. So if you look at the picture over there, so this gray area is right below, this gray area down here is right below the typewriter. This is the typewriter here. I don't know what this pink is. Maybe a flower? I'll have to look at the picture more closely. So let me see if I can do a little multi-placing here. Right-handed, left-handed. I don't want to spill anymore. I already did that. So let's see what else we do in our backyard. So we got the roll-up door. We did the landscaping. So then this summer happened. So last summer we still had like a lot of grass in the back. So this spring on both sides of the house we got rid of all the grass. So now there's just rock. So that took care of that. Then okay, that's the side of the house. So then we put sidewalk. We had a concrete guy come and put sidewalk around the pond in a nice walkway. So you can walk around the pond to one side of the house, and you come around the side of the house and it takes you to the side gate over by his shop. Lily, don't get any ideas. Do not start barking. And so that's nice. I really like the sidewalk. And we have, like, as it comes around the pond, there's a circle in the middle. And we put I believe it's a Newport plum tree. I don't know, some kind of tree. To try and eventually grow high enough to provide some shade back there. Because this summer, okay, so around the sidewalk we put new grass. We took out all the old grass, which was mostly Texas weeds, like Texas sandbur and this other stuff. And we put fresh sod. So we did this back early in the spring. And I was like, oh please, root and get settled in before summer comes. So if you're on the south side, let's do it that way, on the south side, that grass just suffered this summer because it's full sun and the tree isn't big enough to provide any shade there. And then the whole backside, our house faces east, so the backside of the house is west, and in the afternoon it's full sun. So that's why I've been, planting trees. I planted a couple of crepe myrtles, and then we planted that plum tree. I planted a Korean lilac, and we have a red bud that I brought from my mom's house when she passed away. From her property, I brought one of her little red bud seedlings or whatever babies over, so I can have a tree from her property over here. And then my husband planted some kind of rosebud, but it's like a almost weeping willow looking type of rosebud. Real pretty tree. It's got like ruby red or something like that. Real pretty. That's like next to the pond, and so is a Korean lilac. So we planted all these trees to try and have some shade, because I knew it was going to be brutal. But this summer was like more brutal. Leave that out. I'm going to leave this one over here. Let's get this one. What do we got here? 7 and the slash, and let's do the stars. The stars are 931. I'm gonna put my bow. Let's see. I did send my husband a message earlier saying I was going to stream, so hopefully he won't attempt to call. So anyhow, so this summer was so brutal. Why is this purple one in here? I have no idea. Grab it. Put it over here to the side. So the south side grass just, I don't know if it's dead, but it's yellow. I was like, oh my god, the poor grass. And then, so I got stars up here, so I'll leave that one out. Let's see what else we got. 7, the little baby N, and the pound sign. Let's get 7. Yeah, kind of go up that way like that. I'm going to use the lid for now. I have another tray, but I'm not going to pull it out. I'm just going to do this real quick. Winging it. I'm really looking forward to getting my new pen. It's from Diamond Pen Pal. I think that's what it's called, on Etsy. When I get it in and I do my next stream, I'll use it so y'all can see it. It's cute. Let's do these few here. And I got some there. I might as well get a tray. I'll stick them in here. Not that many, but enough. Wonder if my dog's gonna start snoring. So anyhow, so the grass, I hope, will come back once we start getting some rain. The puppy is licking my elbow. Why are you doing that? Because we still haven't had very much rain. It's supposed to rain tonight, supposedly. I don't know. He said not everybody will get rain. I'm like, oh, okay, that probably means we won't get it. And the last time it rained, it was maybe like half an inch of rain, just not enough to make everything recover from the summer. So I don't know if the grass is going to come back, but I really hope it does, because it looks real pretty with the sidewalk and the pond. And then the plants in the flower bed. The honeysuckle managed to survive, and the boxwood bushes that are between the honeysuckle plants, those survived. The roses survived barely. The ones along the back wall and the back flower bed, they're still there. They're still there. They're still alive. Poor babies. The ones in the pods, I put the climbing roses in containers to see how that would work, so I could, the plan was to have them grow around by the bottom of the post of the pergola that's above the pond, and do like climbing roses, what am I trying to be, like Scarlett O'Hara or something, whatever, or Southern Living magazine. But anyways, so I was trying to, it's like, well, let me put them in these containers here, and they'll just, wind up around the pose, have like climbing roses. It'll look real pretty. But they barely managed to survive the summer. So I'm going to have to see what I can do. Maybe they'll survive the winter and then try something, move them, I don't know, figure out what to do with them. But I'll leave them in the containers for now. I lost maybe like 10 plants. I lost 2 that I'd had since last fall, but I was surprised they actually lived as long as they did, because they're actually winter plants. The little N and the slash. Let's do little N. So I told my husband, I was like, maybe I should just put fake flowers in all these pots back here and just call it a day, if it's going to be that bad. But I really do like the natural look, and I want my backyard to just be covered in plants, and where it feels like really private and cozy. So you kind of get this feeling when you go back there that you're not near a major city. You're not in a suburb. And that's kind of the feel that I'm trying for in the backyard. So I need a lot of plants, but the problem is it just gets so hot here. So I think I still have one side of the fencing along the back driveway where I need to do some landscaping. And I think, given how this summer went and the plants that died, I'm just going to go with kind of desert grasses, and hopefully they'll like bloom up and fill out and just kind of be big and just create that sense of being in a real big green place. Because I see all these pretty pictures in the decorating, home decorating magazines and whatnot, and it just looks so cozy and inviting, and that's the feel that I want for my house, and that most people notice when they walk into my house whenever we have visitors. It's just that it's a very cozy feeling, very peaceful, very centered. There's no drama. There's no bad psychic mojo going on here. There's places to sit and relax, and out by the pond is so pretty. And it looks lovely in the spring when all the flowers bloom and everything. I've got dianthus, and I've got Dusty Miller, and a chrysanthemum that I bought last fall that managed to survive the winter, that I'm hoping will bloom soon. The rose bushes, assorted other annuals and smaller perennials. And so that's, kind of like the feeling. And the inside's, the way that the interior decor is kind of like farmhouse eclectic, I guess you could call it. So cozy, peaceful, when you walk in the front door, my husband just did a closet remodel. So when you walk in the front door, the door opens this way, and behind the door was a closet with double bifold doors, and it was awful. Just the bifold doors were totally outdated, and we have an open concept living room, kitchen room area, and we don't have like a set aside area for a dining room since it's just the two of us. And the kids never come over anyway, so whatever. I mean, my daughter's not going to come over. She's in England. My son is gone. And the other two, Frank's two youngest kids, one doesn't feel like dealing with us. I guess we're too politically incorrect. And then the other one, she works a lot, so she doesn't get to come over very often. And then his oldest daughter lives in New York, so yeah, so we don't really have, the kids coming over or whatever. And so it's very like open concept. We don't have a dining room. When you walk in, that closet that was behind the front door. Did I just shift everything? Probably. I'm trying to sit on the edge of the seat, this dog behind me. He redid it, and it looks really good. You can see, I think I posted a picture of it on my Twitter, X, whatever. Because I'm doing N. There's some up here, but that's good for now. So I had him take off the bifold doors, and we put a little bench in there and hooks. Looks real nice. He painted it white. Lily, lay down. She's stretching. Lie down, Lily. Good girl. Lie down. Okay, that was N. We got black there. This is the pound sign. This is the dash. Let's see. I have no idea. I hope it's working. I hope it's all working. Okay, so here's this is 930, it's blue, like a blue-gray. It's pretty. Try and do this direction. Okay, so you walk in, and also when you walk in through the front door, there's a 125-gallon fish tank along the wall, and one side of the fish tank has 4 fantail goldfish. They're about 7 inches, and a Placo to help keep the tank clean. And then my husband split the tank, maybe like a third and 2/3. And the other fish are in there. So we've got some gouramis and angelfish, other little types of fish. I forget what their names are. I used to know, but I don't remember because now it's today and not yesterday, so I don't remember. And then and then you see like you walk like straight into the sunroom. So he took the third bedroom, made it his own. I guess studio, workshop, whatever, and that's where he does his stained glass. And in that area, in that room, he has another tank, and I think that one's a 55-gallon, and he's got 4 Oscars in there. Now he used to have 3 other 55-gallon fish tanks in there. But he got tired of all the work that it requires to maintain all those fish tanks. Between testing the water, feeding the fish, cleaning the filters, and filling them up with water. Yeah, I think he just kind of got tired of all that. He'd rather work on his car. We used to have, when he first decided that he wanted to do the whole fish thing, the story's insane. We went to this fish place, and he had the tank all set up, and we were doing the water conditioning, because the water has to be a certain pH and alkalinity, and then like the nitrites and nitrates level. So you have to get like a testing kit, so you don't kill the fish when you put them in your water, because tap water, you know, needs to be dechlorinated and all this sort of stuff. So he bought these kind of fish called cichlids, and they're really, really pretty. They're kind of like jungle, I call them jungle fish. They're jungle fish, but they're really pretty. They're freshwater. We didn't even bother to attempt saltwater. That's way too complicated. So we had maybe about 16 of those in there, and then and it was just trials and tribulations of the cichlids. They ended up getting some sort of fungus thing or whatever, some illness, and they got ick, so we had to give them that. And then they just started dying, like just literally just started croaking over. They started fighting with each other, and then they just started dying. And it turned out that we lost most of them. It was like a massive total party kill. Like a total party kill on the fish tank. Poor things. I do not know. And my husband was just heartbroken. He was just like, I cannot believe that all these freaking fish, and they were expensive fish, that they just died over whatever it was, several weeks. And yeah, so much for the cichlids. They were really pretty to look at, but they just, I don't know, it just didn't work. I don't know if it was the wrong male to female ratio or something. But yeah, it was a disaster. And that's why he doesn't have cichlids right now. Keep an eye on the time, because pretty soon I'm going to have to feed the little puppy her lunch. This is like a curly triangle pointy arrow thing. Okay, there aren't many of those. So after this, maybe I'll give it a rest. I have to change position because this dog behind me is killing me. Starting to get some butt ache from this dog. She doesn't know any better. They just like to be close to you. Oh, she saw Lily saw a FedEx truck go down the street. I mean, I barely saw it. It was going so quickly. I mean, like, she's amazing. Lily, come here, child. Come here, lie down. Lie down. Come on, lie down. Good girl. Like I told you, she's the protector. She's still looking out the window. She didn't actually like lie down. She's looking out she's looking out that way to the front. So the trash truck, UPS, FedEx, DHL, any kind of construction truck that goes down the street, the guys that come across and help the neighbor across the street do her yard, anything like that, she's like, I can't stand this. And they're just mortal enemies. Okay, so this was the dash. That's the star. Got some black here. Let's see if I can get this to actually look right. I mean, I hear the clicky of it fitting in there. Saw something. Okay, let's see. Let's do these three. Oh goodness, the AC went on out there. Of course, it's not out here in the sunroom. See what the temperature says. It's like 85 degrees in here, so it's warm. Okay, let me go ahead. I'm going to put these up. Wait, there's one right here. And it looks like all crookedy. Lame. Straighten out. Come on, get down in there. So what I'll probably do in the afternoon, I have to give the little baby some lunch. Let's do this one. And this is the star. I don't know. So I may be in my studio tomorrow to do some more on bubble flower. So I may put these up. I'll leave the black out. This one I can, let's see how many there are right here. Let's do those real quick. Remove this. Because let's see, what's today? Tuesday. Maybe tomorrow I'll do some more on bubble flower. I do want to do a gaming stream, but I have to do that in my office on my desktop because that's where the capture card is. And I have so many cables because I have the 2 monitors, the TV, capture card, speakers, blah blah blah. That's where I have to do the game streams from in there. And I'm just going to finish these out here. This big gap right there. So what I'll probably do is just put these up. I'll leave the black ones out. So before, when I had the kitten, I could not do this because she would have been running around in the other room destroying my house. And so for maybe like a couple months, 3-4 months, I wasn't really able to do any streaming or recording or anything because I just couldn't, you know, she was a kitten. I mean, I didn't blame her or anything. So I did rehome her. And so hopefully she has a nice, you know, new family. I wasn't planning on keeping a kitten. I was perfectly happy with my 3 dogs. And then the cat that's here, her name is Jewel. She's a tortoise shell. She's about 10 years old. She's mostly Frank's cat. Frank's my spouse. She really likes him. She's okay. She's really quiet. She gets rowdy every once in a while and does kind of get spastic, which is kind of weird because she's old. But she doesn't destroy anything. She doesn't knock anything over. She's a pretty good cat. Okay, so let's put that one away. All in the wrong place in the container. I'll have to reorder them out there. I was like, wait, that doesn't go there. So these can go back here. I'll fix them in a second. And then these 2 can get put away till next time. So let's see. So I've got Tuesday. So tomorrow I'll go in my studio and I'll do bubble flower. And then I'll probably work on the witch's study room maybe early in the mornings. When it's nice and cool, because I think it's going to be in the 90s all week. And yeah, it just gets warm out here fairly quickly, like it's getting right now. Stick goes back there. And so that's going to be that. Okay. So, where do I stick these pens? How about over here? So thank you for watching, listening. I'm going to go back after everything's done processing or whatever and just test the dual streaming that I was doing on Twitch, on my Twitch channel and on YouTube, and see how that worked out, see if they both came out okay or if they're both screwed or whatever. I don't know. I'll check that out, but I don't see any frames showing an XSplit that were dropped, and hopefully it came out okay. Especially considering the fact that the laptop is plugged into the extender by Ethernet, but the extender is wireless to the router that's in the living room. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see, what's going on with that. So, thanks for watching. I will be doing some other streaming. I'm working on a book review of my favorite fantasy series. I've got all the notes taken care of, and now I think I just might want to find some images or whatever to go along with it, and then I'll probably record that and put that up on the YouTube channel. That's where I'm going to do my book reviews. So thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. I know it's the beginning of the week, but we can all make it through the week okay. And those of you working in offices, my sympathies, but hang in there. The end of the day will come soon enough, and then you can go home and be free. Enjoy, be nice, be kind, try and make the world a better place. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.